You know what game I like a lot? Skyrim. You know what game I like a little more though? Dark Souls. So what if there was a way to combine these games into one great game? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the magical world of mods. With mods, you can do anything. You can be Goku, you can fight Dragon Macho Man Randy Savage, and you can most definitely, with some careful handpicking, make Skyrim go from this to this. I got the idea when I was watching Ludwig play Elden Ring and he kept calling it Elden Scrolls, which was driving me crazy at first, but then gave rise to this monster of an idea. I hate you! I looked into it a bit and found that there was already a video that had curated the mods one would need to make this possible. Shoutouts to the channel Heavy Burns for putting in the work to find almost every mod I would need. I'm not going to rattle off all the mods now, because that would take like 20 years, but I have a complete mod list at the end of this video that will show you all the mods I used to make this happen, so stick around if you're interested in trying this yourself. After seeing all those mods put together, I knew I had to try it myself. I sat at my computer, popped some Adderall, and prayed to Kinnereth for the strength to get this all sorted. I am shockingly bad at anything technology related. Just no talent there whatsoever. So it took me, and I'm not kidding, an entire 8 hours to get what I'm going to refer to from here onwards as Dark Scrolls to work. I had some issues, but after a while I got it all figured out and was ready to take on the world of Dark Scrolls. I'm starting our adventure with the Live Another Life mod, which allows us to jump right into the action, opposed to having to go through the vanilla start of the game. To get started though, I need to make a character. I've been Dump, Dumpy, Dumpette, Dumpster, and today I'm Dumperino.
That's Amaranth! Oh,
After making my character, I had to choose how I would start my life. I'm a gambling man, it's a problem really, so I just closed my eyes and picked at random. Would have been really funny if I got the vanilla start now that I think about it. Huh. Alduin. Dope. Speaking of Alduin, let me talk about the goal for this video. I don't think beating the game is going to be enough to really show what Dark Scrolls has to offer, so here's the objective. I simply want to become the strongest person in all of Skyrim. To do that, I need to defeat the 3 strongest bosses in the game. The strongest in Skyrim, Alduin. The strongest in the Dawnguard DLC, Lord Harkon. And finally, but most certainly not leastly, the strongest in the Dragonborn DLC, Karstaag. While I'm at it, I guess I could take on my rival, the Ebony Warrior, as well. But that's it. These 4 characters are my goal. Once they're defeated, I will have become the strongest in the land and completed my mission. Before we do all that, I've got a metric ton of work to do. Starting with just getting the main quest going. I had to investigate Helgen, and while I was there, I got killed by the frostbite spiders. Be warned, poison will tear you up with these mods. I died and woke up in Riverwood. Not exactly sure how that works, but fine by me, because that's where I need to be. They asked me to go to Whiterun to warn them about the dragon attack. Met the Jarl and got sent off on my first major quest to find the Dragonstone in Bleak Falls Barrow. I started off pretty well, picking off the bandits outside and then clearing the 2 inside. There's a little campsite in here, which is perfect because I need to sleep to refill my Estus. What isn't perfect is this. What the f is that? So I don't know how to explain this, but every time I died, I just got up again, which isn't supposed to happen. It's weird, but I still lose all my gold, sorry, souls every time I die. I found the giant frostbite spider, and this guy owned me. Arvel just sat there and begged for help while I sniped at it like a bitch. Now the problem where I die and just get back up fixed itself, but then the enemies I was fighting when I died started teleporting to me.
and what are you doing here?
I don't know, man, this is far from perfect. I met the final boss, died, had him teleport to me, and I got the Dragonstone from him. Which means I get to fight a real dragon, Mir Mjolnir. Souls games are infamous for their dragon fights, but some are better than other ones. Let's see how Mir Mjolnir is. First try. I took the souls I earned, leveled up a bit, and I made some new armor. Look familiar?
Get the f*** away from me.
Now I gotta attend the lemon party. Hope someone else remembers Lemon Party and gets that joke. Anyway, I took a class on yelling and got sent on another fetch quest to grab the horn of Jerk-Off Windcaller. Yeah, I made that joke already, but come on, that's comedy gold. I got to Ustengrav and died a lot. I really needed something to change, so I went off to grind. I killed a dragon, I raided some bandits, but it just wasn't enough. I needed cheese. This is the grind set. Each Souls game has an optimal way to grind souls. The problem for me is I'm all alone in finding a strategy. To level up in Dark Scrolls, I need souls. Gold. There's one thing I can abuse into oblivion. In Dark Scrolls, you can forge weapons, armor, and other various items. One item is the armor that I'm currently wearing. This armor sells for a good chunk of change and is very cheap to make. I spent about an hour making, selling, buying supplies, and repeating. Just building up enough gold for me to level up. Most of these levels I dumped into health. I mean vigor, of course. I made it to level 12 before I felt confident enough to go back to Ustengrav and not grab the horn. The horn is gone. Oh, sorry. Let me do a content creator thing. The horn. I found Delphine, who took the horn, and she made me go and play the game more. Play against another dragon, Salo Kinnear. This was a fun fight, very similar to Mermolnir. I was careful and beat him first try as well. Man, I'm gonna up Alduin. Now, you guys have very likely played Skyrim or watched videos about it before, so I'm gonna skip some of the journey here. I ended up on the Thalmor Embassy, where I had to fight for my f***ing life. I played like an absolute gamer god, though, and survived. That's it. I'm skipping some more stuff now. I grinded some more until I was level 16 and then went on to Riften. I did Brynjolf's scheme and he told me where I could find Esbern. Esbern. No other letters. I found Alduin's wall, I met Parthenax, and I am off to Elftand. Jadar was pretty strong. Stronger than like Pinwheel at least. I learned the hard way that both poison and magic are ridiculously strong, so just like I have in every other Dark Souls game I've ever played, I just ran through until I reached the boss. A puzzle. Blah blah blah, big f***ing blah, Skuldafn. We're in Skuldafn now. I died here pretty quickly. Unfortunately, you can't fly back, but I found other means. I ran through the rest of this area because it's way too much for me to handle and reached Sovngarde. Here, I ran into my good buddy Soon. I didn't want to hurt my friend, so I just ran past him. Turns out if you do that, you die. Isn't that crazy? Well, I fought Soon. I wrote S-O-O-N. Hang on, I gotta change that. Well, I fought Soon and actually had a really good time. 1v1s are pretty fun in Dark Scrolls. 1v like 20s are not as much fun, but I like this. I beat him, grabbed my Alduin slaying gang, and fought against the World Eater himself. Dude, that was what I was waiting all this time for? Oh my god. Okay, well at least there's some stronger people on my hit list, huh? The next person on my list is Lord Harkon and his vampire court. To even reach Harkon, I had to make quite the hike. On my way, I ran into the Old Orc. If you don't know the Old Orc, he's basically a guy who's looking for someone to kill him in an epic battle. Not too dissimilar to another character on our hit list, but unfortunately he ran into me, who ran around and healed a bunch while spamming shouts because he was beating my ass. Killed him though. GG's. I reached Castle Volkihar, broke down the gate, and realized that I couldn't kill these people. Fuck. That means I have to do the Dawnguard quests. At least I'll get to see Serana. Let's blow through some of this stuff, huh? Fort Dawnguard, Dim Hollow, Serana, new weapon I named Rani's Battle Axe, more Fort Dawnguard, Castle Volkihar, more f***ing Fort Dawnguard. Why don't the world governments get involved in this? I feel like it would be pretty bad for the vampires to get what they're after and, like, rule the world. More Serana. Daxian. Daxian killing me. Dick. More Fort Dawnguard. More Castle Volkihar. More Serana talking about her godforsaken mother.
I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know.
Please, Serana, you're so hot, but I do not care about your f***ing mom. Becoming a vampire. The Soul Cairn, which I despise. And finally, a boss fight. Or 3. The 3 Keepers. Owned. and another more exciting boss fight, Durnavir. I had a fun fight with him, but ultimately killed him. I got another scroll, left the Soul Cairn, pissed off Isran.
I ought to cut you to pieces right where you stand.
Played with trees and bugs, killed vampires, and did the most dog awful quest in Elden Scrolls history. Elden Scrolls? See, I said it wrong that time. I got into another boss fight against the twin dragons, Voslarum and Noslarum. This fight has always been cool, and honestly, only boosted in coolness with the Dark Scrolls mod. I died a couple times, but at some point, Noslarum decided he didn't want to play anymore, which left his broham to get murdered and then himself. He got it through, not gonna lie. I finished this terrible quest and ran into Vurther. This guy is a massive cheater. He has this little army of frozen things, and the chorus will paralyze you and just melt you as soon as you can't move. It was really annoying and I died a lot, but I made it through and eventually punished Vurther for his crimes. All this nonsense out of the way, I think I can skip to the fun part where myself, along with the Dawn Guard and Serana, attack Castle Volkihar. I won't lie, I wasn't super involved in the killing of the vampire court. I had much bigger fish to fry and didn't want to blow my Estus and other supplies before I had reached Harkon. And eventually, I did reach him. He was talking, but I got impatient and took a cheap shot. Very similar to a certain boss in Elden Ring, actually. I battled Harkon for what felt like ages. He did a lot of damage. Like a true Souls boss, he left himself open eventually. He would expend all of his FP, and once he did, he would fight hand to hand. When he would do that, I could tear him up pretty good. He also had to be broken out of this attack with Auriel's bow, which felt pretty Souls-like, like a phase transition or something. It took quite a while, but eventually I killed the Vampire Lord and crossed another name off my hit list. We're halfway there. When I killed every NPC in Skyrim, I saved the Ebony Warrior for last. This time though, I'd like to take him down before Karstaag, considering Karstaag is a clean 10 levels higher than him. To even meet him though, I needed to level up. Yeah, no, you didn't expect me to grind to level 80, did you? I made it to level 80 and found my rival in Whiterun.
The time has come.
Atop the last vigil, I had my battle against one of the most fearsome warriors in all of Tamriel. He killed me more times than I can count, primarily because of this ancient storm Atronak that he would summon, which would not only hurt me a lot, but it would sap my FP and not let me heal at all. I tried to cheese him with shouts, I tried to summon help myself, but ultimately I really needed to just use my brain. With a combination of well-placed attacks, precisely aimed shouts, vicious beatdowns, and a lot of healing, I managed to kill... Dude, what the f*** is this? Okay, well, this feels like toxic. That's officially 3 of my 4 targets down. Now, I just have to take out the most powerful boss in Dark Scrolls, Karstaag. The Ebony Warrior dropped me a great sword. Wait, not a great sword, just a great space sword. And with my smithing skills that I totally earned, I made myself a Daedric katana, speccing fully into one-handed versus two-handed. I threw on the Ebony Warrior's armor, collected Karstaag's skull, and approached the final boss. Karstaag was a menace. Let me explain why. First of all, he's always healing. This is a trait in all Frost Trolls, maybe all Trolls actually, but Karstaag already has so much health that this is detrimental to any chance I have to kill him with a game of attrition. Secondly, he summons Ice Wraiths when he's around half health that distract from his brutal attacks. Thirdly, he has an AoE attack, that you can't dodge by the way, that will send you f***ing flying in the opposite direction. He hit me with it so hard once that I left the arena. Lastly, he can one-shot me whenever he so chooses, and does constant AoE damage with his frost. This all being said, you know I'm no quitter. I may be a liar, a cheater, a thrower for content every once in a while, but I am not a quitter. I fought this guy for an hour before I found the perfect strategy. Just kill him. Seriously, I realized that with a heavy dual-wielding attack, I would shred his health super quickly. So if I could just avoid a few attacks and let a few heavy attacks of my own rip, I could tear him down before he could ever heal it back. And tear him down I did. I got the perfect line, and with this strat, made Karstaag look like a joke.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. Our seed will look back upon us and recall the blessing of despair.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to try this challenge yourself, I have the list of mods you'll need here. You're more than welcome to add any other mods you see fit, but be warned that this is not a perfect system. It's hard, it's inconsistent, and it's very high maintenance. But when you're in a battle against a boss like Karstaag, or a dragon even, it can be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I won't be much help, because like I said, I'm pretty shit at modding games. I'm having a really good time taking video games and turning them into other video games, so if you have any ideas for games that can be turned into other games with mods and cheats, let me know. Thanks again for watching, subscribe to the channel if you had fun, it's quick, free, blah blah blah, and GG's everybody.